the Bible came from. And when I say Bible, when I think of Bible, it's really just the Hebrew Bible, or, as we know all today, the Old Testament. But we're going to say Bible meaning the Old Testament and the New Testament, even though the New Testament is a lie. We're just going to go off of that basis. But
Okay, so you heard the guy, right? Two things. Number one, he rejects the New Testament. So he's a strand of Hebrew Israelite that rejects the New Testament. And number two, he's referring to the Old and the New Testament when he's referring to the term Bible, right? Just for the sake of the content, right?
yeah, I learned there's three main texts. There's Textus Receptus, which is where the King James Version Bible was translated. And then the rest of the Bibles, including whatever they have currently, like, New International Version and all the other garbage ones, those are translated from the Textus the Codex Vaticus and the Codex Septuagint. Those were those.
So I think he meant to say Codex Vaticanus, and he said Codex Septuagint. Now, remember, he said there's three main texts, right? The Textus Receptus, the poorly pronounced Codex Vaticanus, and he said the Codex Septuagint. Now, if you're a Christian, of course, you're going to be laughing, right? Because that's not the three main texts. But then also, he thinks that the Septuagint is the Old and the New Testament. Christians. Is the Septuagint the Old and the New Testament? No. It's the Old Testament alone. It's a Greek translation of the Old Testament. This guy thinks that the Septuagint is a Old and New Testament text, right? So this is what happens when you reject the Christian faith, you're using a Christian book, and you try to promote this nonsense Hebrew Israelite ideology. So, kids, stay in school. Reject Hebrew Israelite theology.